Have you ever noticed that when the anxiety tightens, we start talking too much? Long texts, justifications, promises, and in the end, fear only grows? The paradox is simple. The more you explain yourself, the less you are listened to. Today I'm going to show you the opposite way. Hausalence with God and 6 practical habits put your life in order inside and out. You will follow the story of Mariana, who was always apologizing for everything. In 7 days, she reduced her morning anxiety, set guilt-free boundaries, and gained respect at work without yelling, fighting, or disappearing. There's no magic formula. There's a simple routine anyone can follow. Minutes of guided silence, micro-ordering, a noise fast, and a protocol for responding without explaining yourself. Stay with me until the end. There's a step that no one sees, but it changes everything in your day. And if this content gives you a little breath right now, follow the channel so this message reaches more people who need to be freed from this cycle of fear and anxiety. Mariana realized her day began with excuses. She'd arrived 2 minutes late and immediately launch into a long text to her boss. At home, she'd explain her mood swings in detail no one had asked for. This excess stemmed from a place of fear of displeasing, of being misunderstood, of being left out. Anxiety became a constant buzzing, like an alarm no one could turn off, and she felt small, always owing an explanation. The first turn was to name the cycle. Over-explaining gives feeling guilty, gives avoiding conversations, gives more anxiety. I asked her to do a simple exercise. Write down for 24 hours. 3 situations when you feel like explaining yourself more than necessary. In each situation, write the objective sentence that would suffice. I'm here. I can't. I'll deliver it at 5 p.m. No beating around the bush. And rate from 0 to 10 how much your anxiety decreased when you spoke less. We also map triggers, messages without immediate response, vague questions, looks she interpreted as disapproval. By recognizing the triggers, the mind loses some of its power to drag you down. The goal here isn't steely courage, it's practical awareness. When you notice the cycle, you already have a window of choice. And it's in this window that the next step comes in, creating a place where the noise stops. Mariana chose the simplest spot in the house, the corner near the window. No perfect setting, just a square meter, clutter-free. In 10 minutes, she removed everything that distracted her. Clothes, papers, cables. What remained was a sturdy chair, a Bible, a notebook, and a pen. When anxiety hits, less is more. The environment needs to convey calm, even when fear screams. She adjusted the light to warm, placed a glass of water, and activated the Do Not Disturb in your phone. He left a 10-minute timer and a thick pencil, better for writing when your hand is shaking. Ninja tip. Choose an anchor object, smooth stone, a rosary, a dry leaf to hold when the mind races. The song's message is simple. Here, no one explains themselves. Here, the soul breathes. To maintain the habit, she created a mini ritual: 30 seconds to tidy up, 9 minutes and 30 seconds to spend time with God. She takes 4 to 4 breaths, reads a short verse, and then sits in silence. If her mind wanders, she returns to the anchor object and repeats, I am safe now. She wrote in her notebook, anxiety scale from 0 to 10 before and after. Habit 1. Guided silence with God. Mariana sat in her corner, set the timer to 10 minutes and took the cell phone out of sight. He closed his eyes and breathed in for 4 seconds, in for 4 seconds, out for 4 seconds, as if turning off an internal alarm. When anxiety tried to push memories and tasks, she just said, later. He chose an anchor word, peace, and he repeated softly, Lord, quiet my heart. In the middle of fear, intrusive thoughts came. You will fail. They will judge you. She used the name and return technique. That's just a thought, not a fact. He opened Philippians 4 to 6 to 7 in Riyadh time and felt his breath again. With each mind escape, hand on the anchor object and another 4 to 4 cycle. The body heard the message. I don't need to explain myself here. Our last one's 2 minutes, she wrote in her notebook. I arrived like this. I leave like this. He noted the anxiety scale before and after 0 to 10 and a specific fear of the day. Below, a short truth to answer this fear in sentence form. Today I act in peace and let God take care of the rest. Habit 2. Daily soul search. In the same corner, Mariana opened her notebook and decided to do a simple soul search. There are 3 questions that are always the same. What did I fear today? What lie did I believe? What truth do I choose now? She set the timer for 5 minutes and promised to write bluntly without explaining herself too much. He took a deep breath, held the anchor object and asked, "Lord, show me the root of my fear." The rule is clarity, short sentences, legible handwriting, a biblical truth for every feeling. The example of the day came from work. They requested a delivery outside of business hours and the anxiety jumped. She wrote, "I fear disappointing if I say no," and acknowledged the lie that she is only valuable when she pleases. Then he chose the truth, "My yes will be yes, my no will be no, and that doesn't make me any less lovable." Then came the practical action, send a polite and direct response without long justifications. Actual message, "Thanks for the order. I can't make it today. I'll deliver tomorrow by 10. To maintain the habit, Mariana scheduled this exam every night at 9:30. Before writing, you measure your anxiety on a scale of 0 to 10 and repeat it afterwards to see the effect. If the mind tries to get lost, it goes back to the paper and completes the 3 answers with a 1-minute prayer. Little by little, fear loses its strength because each day ends with chosen truth and concrete action. Habit 3. Visible micro-order adjusted. Mariana wasn't going to waste time tidying a table every day. She grabbed a basket, took a quick walk around the house, and collected 10 misplaced items. The trash went straight to the trash can, the donations went into a bag near the door, and the rest went back in place immediately. This quick walk around takes care of the most irritating things and calms the mind in just a few minutes. When anxiety went up, she made another turn and went on with her life without explaining herself. At night, she would do a 7-minute reset of the entire house. She would start with the sink, move past the bed, and end in the entryway, which are the 3 spots that become the most cluttered. 2 minutes on each spot without perfectionism, just enough to remove the visual weight that fuels the fear of always being late. The next day, the morning began more lightly because nothing screamed for attention. The silence of the environment kept the rush inside. Mariana also cleaned out her digital pocket. She opened her phone and applied the one-tap rule. Open a message, deal with it immediately. Don't put it off until later. She deleted 5 duplicate photos, removed 3 unnecessary notifications, and left only the apps she actually uses on the home screen. This eliminated the urge to endlessly scroll, which always makes things worse. Anxiety. Habit 4. Noise fasting adjusted. Mariana chose a day and told herself, "Today, silence from screens that agitate me." She turned on Do Not Disturb, blocked network notifications, and only allowed essential calls. He set 2 short times to check messages, noon and 6 in the evening, 5 minutes each. Before starting, write down the average time you spend using your cell phone and the anxiety from 0 to 10. The goal is not perfection. It is to reduce stimuli that feed the fear without realizing it. At the first urge to scroll through her feed, she applied a simple script. Stop, breathe 4 to 4, and talk to God. Then he made a conscious exchange. 10 minutes of Bible reading, 10 of light prayer, 10 of walking. Cleaned up the feed. Unfollowed 3 profiles that trigger comparison, and followed 3 that build up. Removed distracting shortcuts from the home screen and created a folder called Only Later. When the mind asked just one video, it responded, "Not just today." At night, he checked the usage time and recorded the before and after in the notebook. He wrote down the moments of the day when anxiety almost won and how he reacted differently. He noticed more focus, less rushing, and a discreet calm at bedtime. Fasting from noise does not erase problems, but it opens space to listen to one's own soul. Habit 5. 2-day packs. Mariana realized she needed traction, not motivation. She chose 2 simple packs to beat morning anxiety. Small promises kept in silence that lessen the fear of failure. No long speeches, just action repeated every day. Just today has become the phrase that opens the way when the mind resists. First packed, water before any screen or coffee. She leaves the cup ready the night before next to the Bible. Drink slowly. Breathe 4 to 4 and talk to God for 30 seconds. Open the window and get some morning light for 2 to 5 minutes. Mark a check mark in your notebook to remember you started off on the right foot. Second packed. 10 minutes of walking in silence. Tennis shoes near the door, a timer on your phone, and a short round-trip route. If it rains, she walks indoors or stretches with the window open. No music, just steps, breathing, and presence. Habit 6. Silent companionship. Mariana understood that the silent companion is not another person. It is to talk to God every day at the same time, just the way it is, without pretending. She sits in the corner, turns off notifications, and is truly present. When anxiety squeezes, don't try to justify anything, just arrive. His presence lessens the fear even before any response. She uses a very simple script, always the same. First say, "I feel like this," and name what you feel. Then, I need this, and asks clearly for help. Finally, today I will do, and choose a small action. Stay in silence for 2 minutes, holding the anchor object, and notice your body calm down. To maintain this, Mariana holds micro-meetings throughout the day. When you feel the trigger, ask, what do you want me to do now? If confusion arises, return to 4-4 breathing and repeat the last simple decision. She notes the fall of the anxiety before and after to see the real effect. The pressure returned on a Tuesday. The boss asked for just one more delivery today. The chest closed, the anxiety went up to 8, and the fear of disappointment tightened. Mariana remembered the protocol that fits in her pocket. It has 4 simple movements: stop, breathe, talk to God, respond. No long explanations. It's focus and presence to get out of autopilot. Stop. Name the trigger quietly. I'm feeling fear to say no. Breathe. Do 3 cycles counting for by 4 until the mind lowers a tone. Talk to God. I'm like this. I need courage. Today I'm going to do this. Reply. Short, polite sentence. No fuss. I can't do it now. I'll deliver it tomorrow at 10. At work, she wrote and sent it. At home, she said, I'm not going today. Boundary phrases at work. I'm not going today. Can I answer you at 5? That doesn't work for me. Then she writes down before and after anxiety in a 1-line learning. When guilt appears, repeat, my yes is yes, my no is no, and return to breathing. In a week, respect grows and decreases because the response becomes action. In 1 week, Mariana saw numbers that speak for themselves. And anxiety in the morning fell from 8 to 4 on average in the notebook. Screen time dropped from 4 hours and 20 to 2 hours and 10. He slept 30 minutes earlier on 5 nights and woke up less fear. At home, the 7-minute reset kept the entryway and sink under control. At work, another real gain came. He used the short limit phrases 3 times, and they were respected in the deliveries. He stopped explaining himself in long messages and had time to review in peace. In your pocket, fewer impulse purchases with noise fasting. In the heart, feeling God close by became simpler, like a conversation that waits. Now she has made a clear pact for the next 7 days. Maintain the 6 habits, measure before and after, and use stop, breathe, talk to God, respond. If it fails, it resumes the same day without drama or excuse. On Sunday, he notes 3 victories and a lesson for the following week. You don't need further explanation. You need small, repeated steps. If the anxiety tightens tomorrow, go back to basics. Stop, breathe, talk to God. Reply. These 6 habits aren't just nice ideas, they're pocket-friendly tools that will protect you from fear that steals your peace. Mariana didn't become a different person overnight. She became someone who chooses better every day. Now look at yourself. Which habit has started to calm you down? What triggers you most? Comparison, rush, guilt? What will you do in 5 minutes today to prove to your mind that you're in control? Write it down on paper and practice it before bed. Life changes when we stop explaining ourselves and start acting in silence with God. If this video helped you, follow the channel and turn on notifications. Come continue this journey with me. In the next videos, we'll delve deeper into each habit and give you short scripts to use in the middle of the day when your heart races. Share this with someone who's stuck in the cycle of fear and anxiety. It could be the care this person was waiting for.